Chapter 2. The Hollow Queen.
Part 2.
The mark burned. Not physically at first. It began as warmth beneath Elias's skin, directly over his heart. A strange pulsing sensation spread through his chest like another heartbeat slowly awakening inside him. He stared down at the crimson symbol glowing faintly beneath his collarbone. The shape shifted constantly. Circular. Ancient. Beautiful. In a deeply wrong way. Lines twisted into impossible geometric patterns that hurt to focus on for too long. Lilith looked genuinely disturbed by it. That terrified him. You said your souls are intertwining, Elias said carefully. What exactly does that mean? Lilith remained silent. Rain whispered against the stained glass windows while thunder rumbled somewhere far beyond the city. Finally, she answered. It means the bond has already begun. Elias laughed nervously.
Cool.
Awesome. And what does that involve exactly? Her expression softened with visible guilt. You may start hearing things. Things. The hollow bleeding into your thoughts. That sounds medically concerning. You may also experience visions. Emotional synchronization. Shared dreams. Elias blinked. Shared dreams. Lilith looked away briefly. In rare cases, bonded mortals can feel what we feel. A strange tension filled the cathedral. What do you feel? He asked quietly. For a moment, Lilith almost looked vulnerable again. Then she masked it behind calm elegance. Dangerous things. The answer somehow sounded honest. Elias rubbed his face slowly. So, let me summarize my life right now. I accidentally summoned an ancient demigod Succubus who's apparently supposed to help invade Earth, and now our souls are magically dating. Lilith tilted her head thoughtfully. When you phrase it that way, it does sound dramatic. Dramatic? A tiny smile tugged at the corner of her lips. You are coping through sarcasm. I'm coping through trauma. That too. Despite everything, Elias laughed weakly. Mostly because the alternative was screaming. Lilith watched him carefully. You're adapting faster than most mortals. What choice do I have? You could be hysterical. I might still get there. You haven't run. The observation lingered between them. Elias looked at her for a long moment. Rain-soaked black hair. Crimson eyes glowing softly in cathedral darkness. The impossible beauty. The terrifying power hidden beneath her skin. And underneath all of it, exhaustion. Loneliness. He noticed it more now. The way her shoulders relaxed slightly whenever he looked at her without fear. Like she wasn't used to being seen as a person. You thought I would, he said quietly. Lilith didn't answer immediately. Yes. The honesty in her voice surprised him. I've inspired obsession before, she admitted softly.
Desire.
Worship.
Fear.
Her eyes met his. But not comfort. Something in Elias's chest tightened painfully. Before he could respond, the cathedral lights exploded. Every candle ignited simultaneously. Humph. Dark crimson fire erupted throughout the church.
Lilith spun instantly.
The shadows around her rose violently, like defensive wings. What happened? Elias asked. Her expression darkened. They found us. The cathedral doors shook hard enough to crack.
Boom.
Another impact followed.
Boom. Boom.
Something massive waited outside. Not one creature this time. Several. The stained glass windows began trembling violently. Elias's pulse skyrocketed. How many are out there? Lilith's eyes narrowed. Too many. A deep guttural screech echoed beyond the church walls. Then another answered it. And another. The sounds surrounded the cathedral completely. Elias backed away instinctively. Please tell me you can handle this. Lilith remained silent. That was not comforting. The symbols beneath her skin suddenly flared brighter than before. The church darkness bent toward her. And for one terrifying second, Elias saw what she truly was. Not a woman. Not entirely. Something ancient unfolded behind her silhouette. Gigantic shadowed wings. Multiple glowing eyes opening in darkness. A crown of burning crimson light. Reality itself warped around her body. Then it vanished. Elias stared. Holy shit. Lilith exhaled slowly. I was trying not to frighten you. I feel like we're past that. Another impact slammed against the cathedral. Stone cracked. Dust rained from the ceiling. Lilith turned toward him sharply. You need to listen carefully. The playful tone she usually carried was completely gone now. If they breach this church, do not let them touch you. Why? They consume emotional resonance. I still don't know what that means. Her crimson eyes locked onto his. They will eat your soul. Silence. Oh. That's bad. Very. The cathedral doors began bending inward. Long clawed shapes slowly pushed through the wood from outside. Elias stumbled backward. Okay, so what's the plan? Lilith walked toward the center aisle calmly. But he noticed the tension in her posture. The fear. Not fear for herself. Fear for him. That realization hit him harder than expected. Lilith. She glanced back. If I lose control, she said quietly, run. The sentence chilled him instantly. What does that mean? She didn't answer. Instead, the cathedral doors exploded inward. 5 Hollowborn crawled inside simultaneously. They moved like malformed insects wearing human anatomy incorrectly. Too many limbs. Too many mouths. Too many eyes. The church temperature plummeted. And behind them, something else entered.
Tall.
Elegant. Female. Unlike the Hollowborn, this creature appeared almost beautiful. Almost. Silver skin shimmered beneath a flowing black gown made from moving shadow. Her eyes glowed pale violet while antler-like horns curled gracefully from her head. She smiled slowly upon seeing Lilith. Well, the woman purred. This is unexpected. Lilith's entire body tensed instantly. Elias noticed immediately. You know her. The silver-eyed woman's smile widened. Oh! Her gaze slid toward Elias with disturbing fascination. This is the mortal? Lilith stepped protectively in front of him. That single movement changed the atmosphere instantly. The newcomer noticed and smiled wider. Oh, she whispered. You bonded with him. Something dangerous entered her expression. That explains everything. Elias looked between them nervously. Would somebody like to explain what's happening? The silver-eyed woman bowed theatrically. My apologies. Her voice sounded smooth as silk soaked in venom. My name is Seraphine. The cathedral shadows bent unnaturally toward her. I once ruled beside Lilith in the hollow. Lilith's voice became ice. You should not have come here. Seraphine laughed softly. And miss this. Her pale gaze returned to Elias. A demigoddess of the hollow abandoning her divine mission over a human man? She sounded genuinely delighted. How scandalous. Elias blinked. Wait, demigoddess? Seraphine looked amused. For the first time since arriving, Seraphine no longer looked amused. She looked sad. You really have fallen. Silence swallowed the cathedral. Rain whispered softly outside. And Elias suddenly realized something horrifying. Lilith wasn't just protecting him from monsters. She was betraying her own world to do it.